Hello, everybody. So the other day I got something in the mail that I'd been waiting for quite a while. And I don't normally do unboxing videos, but I thought I'd share this with you. So subscribe, don't subscribe, I don't care. I'm not doing this for anything like that. I'm just doing it to share it. But I do want to talk about Car Wars. So Car Wars started back in the 80s. It came out as a Ziploc bag and then later a 4x7 pocket box. The first edition talked about cars, trucks, vans, and motorcycles. Steve Jackson had just bought in Space Gamer magazine. I believe that was the name of it. And this was kind of his foray into gaming along with his other game, Ogre, which was real popular at the time. In 82, he put out Sunday Drivers, which covered pedestrians, small buses, buildings, that kind of stuff. In 83, Truck Stop came out, and that was semi-trailers. This was after Road Warrior, or else right around it, so it was really popular then, so you had to bring in the trucks. Auto Duel Champions came out in 83, and that was odd because it was a pairing between Car Wars and superheroes. I don't know why you would think that was a good combination, but I guess people liked it. Reference screen came out in 83, which I'm showing you right here. And the second edition was in 85. There was a few other editions up until the one we got now, which is 6th edition. This started as a Kickstarter, not last Thanksgiving, but the Thanksgiving before. So at the time of this filming, I've been waiting 2 years for it. Pandemic hit, slowed things down. Supposedly some of the shipment stuff was on the ship that got stuck down in the Panama Canal. So that slowed things down. And now we finally received this box, which is what I'm going to show you today. Steve Jackson did say that this, well, Steve Jackson Game Company said that the box is for protection. So if there's dings and stuff on the box, don't worry about it. It's to keep your supplies inside good and clean. So we're going to have a take a look at that. So here's the box, and I'm just going to flip it over like I did and pull it straight off. And there is the first box. Now, if you got the Kickstarter, they are sending some of the components separate. In order to get this out quickly, I use air quotes there, no complaint about the time because it's totally understandable. But yeah, in order to get it out quickly, they divided the shipment up into several boxes. I know that I'm missing a few little things here, and then they also have some play mats that are coming. So let's take a look at this box, see what we got here. Now this is the box that Steve Jackson Company was saying not to be upset if it was damaged. And I think the reason they said that is because it is a beautiful box, and people will be upset if it's damaged. However, this was designed just to keep your components safe. Get a good look at all the sides there. This is going to be pretty awesome. Now it's funny because even though this is Car Wars, it does not play like the original Car Wars. There are some differences, and we'll get into that in a moment. So let's see. It opens up this way, and there we got some goodies. Just a little closer. All right, right away, the dice bag. That's nice. This was one of the extras you could opt for. A couple of the Car Wars cars there. Very cool. Now I'm just going to put this box aside. So now we come to the cars, the meat and potatoes of the game. And this is what comes with the Double Ace box set, which is what you get with a Kickstarter. It is set 1 and set 3, and each one has, looks like 5 cars, so there's 10 cars here. Let's take a peek. On the back, it shows what the cars are. These are interesting designs. These cars are done in rosin, so they're kind of lightweight. I'll open a box and show you what you get right there. And we'll look at them individually in a second here. All right, so in the old game, you used to have to design your own car, or you would pick it out of the back of the book. It would tell you a bunch of math and schematics. Making the cars, some people didn't like it. I loved it, but I'm a nerd and I like the math behind it. You had to figure out if your power plant was strong enough for the type of chassis, the suspension, the number of weapons, if everything would fit, all that sort of thing. In this new version, it's all done on cards. So this is the cards that came with it. I'll show you some of those. red back and green back. I think some of these are armor and some of these are weapons. You got things like the Ravager, the Jackhammer. Now the little numbers off to the side that are color coded, they tell you what kind of dice to roll. So now we're going to look a little closer at the cards themselves. There was two miniature sets. There was miniature set 1, miniature set 3. Each of these miniature sets is actually a 4-player expansion. So the core game is set up for 4 players. And technically, with each of these sets, you can add 4 more players each. That's 12 players. There was a conversation earlier about how the game is set up for fewer players. So when you start adding more, it actually bogs the game down a little bit. That's something that they said since the beginning from Steve Jackson Games themselves. So anyway, these sets, they include 148 cards. And these cards are color-coded to the cars so that every player has a deck and has all the same options. So if you pull out machine guns for your car, you're not taking all the machine guns out of the deck and not allowing somebody else to have the same thing. So with these sets, everybody gets a full set of cars, full set of options. When you create your cars, you can decide if you got flamethrowers or rocket launchers, ceramic armor, regular armor, any of that kind of stuff, and that comes off of the cards. So miniature set 1, we got Hades, Hydra, the Joseph Special, which I remember from the original edition. Pillbug, which reminds me of, I think it was called Snowjammer. I don't remember, Snow something. It was a anime and then later made into a movie about a train that goes through the snow, but it looks a lot like this one. The Scimitar, and in set 3 we got the Aristocrat, the Avalanche, the Brimstone, the Jackal, and the Stiletto. Something really, well, cool to me anyway. When the Kickstarter was going on, there was kind of an argument in a discussion group at the same time that Steve Jackson was trying to figure out what to include as the new incentives to keep donating to the Kickstarter, keep pledging. And I had mentioned that to de-escalate it, I kind of mentioned I was going to come in with this Avalanche. My car was going to be the Avalanche and all this kind of stuff. And then that night they named the next one the Avalanche. And so this is kind of my car. So I have a little fondness for that one. Then we got the cards themselves. And the cards are things like your suspension. I got laminated armor, ceramic plate armor, electro lasers. Let's see. Then there's a lot of weaponry. And I'm seeing things like the machine guns. There was the buzzsaw for cutting trees down. It reminds me a lot of if you have a trunk monkey in your trunk and Trixie's waiting for you back at the garage, then this is something you would want on your car number 5. So that's a lot of cards to customize your vehicles, but there's more. Wait till you get a load of this. So now we've got a few more goodies in here. We've got cards, armory pack. Now the armory pack is going to be ceramic armors, metal armors, basically armor for your vehicle, of course. Linked weapons. That's going to be if you have like several weapons. Let's say you have machine guns and you pull the trigger once, they're all going to go off because they're linked. That's what a linked weapon is. I'm going off of what I know about the original Car Wars. Dropped weapons pack. That's a big one. This is going to be things like oil for oil slicks. There's going to be flames, oil, flaming oil, mines, that sort of thing. And then last out of these, we got the crew pack. Now the crew pack's kind of cool because it's going to be your drivers, your passengers, because your passengers while you're driving can fire off weapons. You can fire a weapon, your passenger can fire a weapon, and so if they're better skilled, they're going to get better shots. We're going to open these cards in just a second. So here we have the Armory pack, and it is a 4-player expansion. So it has 80 cards, and that's 20 per color for 4 players. So since we have those other expansions, I'm not sure how that's going to work unless you buy a few of these sets. If you want 8 players, you'd have to buy 2 of these. I have 1. So it comes with 8 weapons, which are autocannons, Gauss cannons, heavy recoilless rifle, light recoilless rifle, minigun, railgun, standard machine gun, and a Vulcan. It's got 3 turreted weapons, which are turreted flamethrowers, turreted machine guns, turreted recoilless rifle, and it's got a coating upgrade, which is an electromagnetic distortion field. I'm guessing that's sort of like a paint coating that disturbs the electromagnetic field or something, probably for the laser weapons. It's not ablative, but it's probably reflective. We'll find out though. So that's the armory pack. Now here we have the linked weapons pack. Just like the other pack, it's 80 cards, 20 cards per player for a 4-player game. The 8 linked weapons are the brush cutters, which are your saws, disruptors, flamethrowers, hammerheads, jackhammers, pulse lasers, linked shotguns, that sounds pretty cool, and linked standard machine guns. In the turret, we have turreted arc rifle, light rockets, particle beams, and turreted shotguns. So now we come to the crew pack, and I was really surprised when I opened it. There's quite a bit in it. There's this big fold-out sheet that has all the extra rules in it. And let's see, there's 20 counters, so that's for 4 players again, 4 drivers, 4 gunners, 8 barrel tokens, 2 barrier tokens, and 2 wall tokens. This is 108 cards, so there's 27 per player that you would put into your deck. Out of those, there's 9 drivers, 9 gunners. There's an accessory that helps you stabilize your vehicle so you can upgrade it. There's 4 cards for gear, such as the driving gloves, first aid kit, that kind of thing. And there's 4 sidearms for bug zappers, concussion grenades, thermite grenades, stuff like that. Small arms for your passengers, for your gunners, that sort of thing. So now we come to the last of the extra cards, and this package is called the Dropped Weapons Pack. It comes with 108 cards, 52 counters, 7 weapons. The cards are things like a punch bumper, hazards like spikes and oil and smoke. 52 counters are fire, concussion mines, there's foam. The 7 weapons, you got not just mine droppers, but fire mine droppers is what they're calling them, but I imagine they're just incendiaries. Concussion mine droppers, throw your car up in the air a bit. Smoke emitters, spike droppers, oil jets, foam nozzle. I don't remember that being in the first edition, but they had a Uncle Al's catalog, which was a separate supplement that they put out that you could upgrade. It was like a catalog, like a Sears catalog of things for destructive cars. It also has one weapon that's the grape shot cannon. So this is more of a cannon. It's not really a dropped weapon, but it targets tires, so I think that's why they threw it in this package. So that's the game. There you have it. Or is it? We have just scratched the surface, because in here is the actual game that you would get at the hobby shop if you went in, the basic set. All that other stuff was all the supplements. Let's take a quick look at this. I've got this box here, and then on the bottom we have the road tiles. What we're going to do, get a better view of that, what we're going to do is stop at this point, because we're already at like 15 minutes, half a day, and this would go on forever. So I'm going to make this a 2-parter. If you're interested, come back and let's open up this next box. We'll go through everything. I know this hasn't been a traditional kind of unboxing. I kind of like the slideshow type routine, because you can look closer up, you can go at your own pace, that sort of thing. If you liked it, I know I said I didn't care if you subscribe, I still don't, but if you do, or if you comment or something, or like it, or however you can find your way back here, go for it, because if anybody likes it, I'll put out some more of this. Thank you.